Hey, welcome. Today, we're not just talking about money, we're going to build something with it. We're talking about the architecture of your money. So, in this explainer, we're going to lay down a super simple blueprint for how to understand the world of finance, right from the ground up, using just a handful of really core ideas. Okay, let's just start with this because this is the entire point. Seriously, finance isn't about boring spreadsheets or numbers on a screen. It's about what those numbers can actually build for you. We're talking real stability, genuine freedom, and the power to actually jump on opportunities when they come your way. That's the promise here, and it's why getting a handle on this stuff matters so much. So, what even is finance when you strip it all down? Well, think of it like the complete life cycle of your money. It's a system, and it's built on four key things you do with your cash: you earn it, you save it, you grow it, and you protect it. Simple as that. Let's walk through that whole journey together. All right, part one, the foundation. Just like any solid building, your financial life has got to have a strong base. If you don't have that, everything else is going to be shaky. This is square one. This is where your money's journey really begins. And that foundation, it all starts with this one single block: income. This is the money flowing in, whether it's from your job, a side hustle, maybe even some investments. Honestly, think of it like the fuel for your entire financial engine. Without it, the whole system it doesn't go anywhere. Now, this next piece is how you get in the driver's seat: budgeting. This is your financial blueprint. It's the plan where you get to tell every single dollar you earn exactly where to go and what job to do. It's how you turn that raw income into real intentional action. Okay, so our foundation is poured and solid. Now let's get to part two and see how we build on top of it. We're going to shift gears from just managing your money to actively making it grow. And this is where things get really, really powerful. First up in this growth phase is something we all know: saving. The best way to think about this is as your financial safety net, right? This is the money you're setting aside for those short-term goals, maybe a vacation, or for those oops moments that life just loves to throw at us. It's all about security and just being ready. And now for the next floor up: investing. This is totally different from saving. If saving is your safety net, investing is how you start building brand new levels on top of your financial house. You're using your money to buy assets, things like stocks or maybe real estate, with the goal of truly growing your wealth for the long haul. So it is absolutely crucial to get the difference here. Just look at this breakdown. Saving is for safety. Investing is for growth. They are two totally different tools for two very different, but equally important financial jobs. Any smart financial plan has got to have both. Okay, let's move on to part three: the tools of the trade. So we've got our foundation, we've got a strategy for growth. Now we need the right tools to actually make it all happen, to use the financial system to your advantage. Let's look at two of the most essential tools in the box. First, banking. This is basically your financial home base. It's a safe place to store your money, yeah, but also to manage all the cash flowing in and out. Then there's insurance. Think of this as your shield. It protects the entire structure you've been building from a major disaster that could just knock it all down and force you to start from scratch. Now, let's talk about a really powerful tool, but one you have to respect: credit and debt. It's kind of like a life cycle. First, you borrow money for those big, important purchases. Then you manage the interest, which is just the cost of using someone else's money. And as you do this responsibly over time, you build your credit score, which is basically your financial reputation out in the world. All right, for part four, we are going to zoom way out. So we've designed our own personal financial house, and now we're going to see how those exact same principles, that same architecture, applies at a much, much bigger scale. And you can see how it all connects right here. There are basically three levels. There's personal finance, that's you, that's me, managing our money for our own goals. Then there's corporate finance, that's how businesses use money to make a profit and grow. And finally, public finance, which is how entire governments manage taxes and spending to keep the whole economy stable. See? It's all the same system, just with different players and different goals. Which, brings us to maybe the most important question of all. After all of this, the income, the budgeting, the investing, this whole big system, what is the real point? Why even bother? Well, part five is the answer. Because, let's be honest, this isn't just some boring class about numbers. This is about your life. It's about the future that you actually want to build for yourself. So let's bring it all home. Remember that quote from the very beginning? This is what it was all about. Understanding your money gives you stability, that amazing peace of mind to handle whatever life decides to throw at you. It gives you freedom, the ability to make real choices about your own life, your own career. And it creates opportunities, the power to say yes and build the exact future you really, truly want. So, as we wrap this up, just remember this one thing: your entire financial future, that whole architecture we just designed, it doesn't get built overnight. It all starts with one single smart decision. So, the only question left is, what's yours going to be today?